Approximately 10 years ago, our firm was working on a new school, Bourne Elementary School. We were interested in applying an HVAC system design with low maintenance and operating costs, lower noise levels, and a system that would provide a high degree of indoor air quality. In doing some research, we found that displacement ventilation could be the ideal solution.
Displacement ventilation air distribution was introduced to our market quite a few years ago, and actually a presentation came locally to both our local ASHRAE chapter and the local AIA chapter. As that was introduced, there were several of us in our market that were interested in the concept and the technology. We had an owner and an architect, Davis School District and VCBO, who were interested in implementing this technology and trying it out. So we've done several projects with VCBO and some others, and with Davis School District and some other owners in our market with great success.
The project team meets early in the design process to review different HVAC system options and to develop a life cycle cost analysis for the project.
One of the things I like about the thermal displacement, you can have really beautiful clean ceilings, and I've been loving that. You just have either ceiling and lighting and that's it. It looks a lot better.
Displacement ventilation allowed us to place the air outlets in less desirable areas, increasing the usual space and program area associated with the classrooms. Displacement ventilation systems do not require coil cleaning or filter changes in the classroom space, eliminating maintenance-related interruptions and reducing load on the maintenance staff.
One of the things we didn't expect, but we really loved, was the idea that thermal displacement ventilation is really quiet. We used to be really careful about where we located our fan units to try and avoid that affecting classrooms, but here we didn't have to do that anymore because the whole building is thermal displacement, so there's just simply no fan noise to annoy people or distract them from their learning.
Typically, we would expect that displacement ventilation HVAC systems are 20 to 30% more efficient than code baseline systems, and the payback periods are nearly instantaneous.
The actual cost to condition the building was 37 cents a square foot. Typically, a really good building in this district has been around 78 cents a square foot. Most of the school districts on their newer buildings, it's about $1 a square foot.
Here at Odyssey Elementary, this building was designed to be a net zero energy ready building, so we squeezed the energy as far as we could, and thermal displacement was really a key to unlock the door to a lot of that energy savings. In our climate, we find that a building that has an energy use index of about 50 kBTU per square foot will achieve an Energy Star label, and our results here at Odyssey after our first year of operation, we were 17 kBTU per square foot, so quite staggering energy results.
We absolutely didn't know this to be true, but it seems very intuitively true that this would be a healthier environment. We had an opportunity to actually verify that on a recent project in another district where we replaced an old school with a new school that used pretty much the same system as we used here. So we took the absenteeism statistics from the year that before they'd ever heard of us, the year while we were constructing the new building, and then the first year of their occupancy in that building. And we found the prior 2 years were virtually the same amount of absenteeism, interestingly, but the first year of thermal displacement ventilation, we saw a 9% drop in absenteeism. And one of the things that people always say, educators always say, is if the kids aren't here, they're not learning. So keeping kids healthier is obviously going to produce better learning for the students.
If more districts were to adopt these technologies, there is the potential to significantly increase the annual funding levels for the schools. Let's look at the example case in a school district that has approximately 35,000 students enrolled. Using an average 5% absentee rate for this district leads to roughly 1,750 absent students. Applying the 9% reduction in absenteeism, realized from the local study previously mentioned, yields 158 more students in the classroom each year. The typical funding rate across the United States per student is $8,000 annually. For this example, an additional 158 students attending school would generate an increase of $1,264,000 funds for the school district.
Ever since our first displacement project in 2009, we have continued to have great success with installing displacement in school projects. Displacement has now become our standard for high-performance school HVAC designs.